that he sounded much older than he possibly was. The other man, whom Isabel had to imagine was Marian's betrothed, was unpleasant to gaze upon for an entirely different reason. He was tall and broad, and nearly striking for the neat dark hair and fit form, but appeared so severe and brutal that Isabel felt an instant compassion for her fair cousin. Marian would wed this man, Liam MacTavish, and be forced to look upon that fierce visage every day. Isabel shuddered inwardly, her quick glance showing that his expression did not change at all, did not lessen in severity, was not softened by any delight that his bride was so exquisite. "You are too kind, Laird," Marian cooed at the old man, and looked to her betrothed. "I am so happy to make your acquaintance, finally." Her voice was light and saccharine, not at all the one she used when in the private company of only Isabel and Bettina. It sounded sincere, Isabel decided, but it couldn't be. Certainly not when her bridegroom only inclined his head at her, but said nothing. Surely Marian was at a loss, mostly accustomed to persons fawning and grovelling in her presence. Liam MacTavish appeared as if he grovelled before no one, and Liam MacTavish didn't seem to be tongue-tied with any thrill over the beauteous confection that would be his bride. He stood, solid as a rock, his hand on the hilt of his sword, and with his chin lifted so high that judgment was passed over the end of his nose. He suffered no qualms about his aloofness. His lip curled a bit, as if he'd eaten something disagreeable, even as his gaze stayed on Marian, while she listened to what the laird was now saying. "The feast will be just here," advised the laird. "Joanna, in the kitchens, will manage all that. We'll have—" "Might I look over the menu?" Marian interrupted sweetly, tilting her head slightly. Bettina had cautioned her several times upon the journey to this remote castle that taking charge of the household should be her first order of business. "No need for that. Too late now to change anything," the elder MacTavish said. His furrowed brow and less congenial tone suggested that he wasn't used to either being interrupted or having his decisions questioned. "You need only show up and give your vow and be a dutiful wife. Put out the bairns, as required. That's some bollocks that your own father would no travel with you for his daughter's wedding." Thankfully, Isabel was staring at the ground, that her grimmest reaction to this stunning accusation was likely unseen. "But recall, Laird, that my mother only passed weeks ago, and you would not allow for the wedding to be delayed," Marian reminded him. "Aye, weeks ago," the laird defended. "No, days ago." He waved an aged, spotted hand dismissively. "No matter. Go on then. Take the lass out for a stroll or what have you, son. Get to ken your bride." "I'm needed elsewhere," the son said archly, his voice as harsh as his facade. "I shall meet you at supper instead." "Very well," said Marian. Her confidence slipped a notch, as told by the slight waver in her voice. And then, with more brightness than this stilted meeting had generated, "I look forward to it." Paint it rosy, Isabel thought. Marian usually did. What minor interest Isabel had was now satisfied. She'd only been curious about Marian's promised mate, and, to a lesser degree, the laird, as, from this day forward, Isabel would be residing under his roof. As she was ever silent and unnoticed, Isabel was able to form impressions about people fairly quickly. The laird was gruff and unsightly, and in search of a brood mare for his son, not particularly concerned with matters he likely considered unrelated. He wanted things done his way, preferably now, and had little